Hi, welcome to Hospitality Live with Rupesh. Each week, we feature an industry leader that will share the latest trends and the best strategies to help you grow. Now, welcome your host, Rupesh Patel.
Hey guys, welcome to show number 33. This is Hospitality Live with me, Rupesh. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me make sure that we're live on LinkedIn, and we are. Guys, welcome to the show. This is episode number 33, and like most of you, we don't know what's going on, right? We don't have the right answers, and there's a lot of uncertainty still going on. Guys, thank you so much for joining this conversation, and I'm super excited because this week, or today, we're going to be talking about how hotel professionals like yourself can grow, right? So guys, let me know where you're watching from, where you're listening from, and comment below, because I would love to see where people are watching this from. Today is a great show. You know, we've all been through a lot of trying times. People are still getting laid off. Hotels are still slow. You might be struggling with, rent or just trying to keep yourself going. I'm here to inspire you, and these special guests that we're going to feature today are going to help you grow in the hospitality industry, right? Grow. You might have your job. You might be laid off or still working, and it might be by yourself. So today I am gonna bring on some amazing people that are going to help you grow yourself, because that's what we're here for. We're here to inspire ourselves and then inspire others. So guys, let me make sure we are good to go. All right. All right, guys. All right, so here we go. All right, so on today's show, we're going to talk about how to land your dream job with your resume optimized. So optimization on your resume with Karis Khouri. Next, we're going to talk about education, how you can continue growing right now as things are slow, and how to improve your skills, right? And there's two great people on. Rosanna Maietta she's the president of the American Hotel and Lodging Association's Foundation. And then Peter Ricci, he's with Florida Atlantic University, and guess what? Over 58,000 people have signed up for his free course. We're going to talk about that today. I'm super excited about it. But before I move on and bring our special guest, this episode is sponsored by PerfectLabor by Hotel Effectiveness. Guys, please support them, and they're the ones that keep the show going. HotelEffectiveness.com/Rupesh. Thank you guys to them, and I appreciate it. Right. All right, onto the show. And I'm trying some new things like this thing right here, new logo. We just had it designed yesterday, so let me know if you like it. Guys, there's so many people on from Texas and from DC. Thank you so much to Lori, Benjamin, Kamal, Garland. Hey guys, thank you so much. Let us know where you're watching from and where you're listening from, because it's always amazing to see. Hey, we have somebody from Atlanta, we have somebody from India, just like all over the place. I love this, guys. Today's gonna be exciting because we all have to update our resume, and we all have to do something to keep ourselves going. We talked about this. I've been getting ready. I've been putting my shoes on every single day, even though I'm at home, right? This gets you in the mindset of work, right? Instead of just sitting in bed, laying in bed, sleeping in. There are some days this week where I've slept in a little bit. Instead of waking up at 5:30, I've been waking up at 6:30. But still today, I took my kids, I dragged my eldest son, and we took a 3-mile run, right? These are things that keep us motivated. And I posted about this morning. I said, what are you doing to stay active, right? And it's really getting out, right? You might wear a mask or stay separated with the social distancing, but you're still getting exercise, right? Walk around your house, or walk around your front yard, or walk around the neighborhood. That's still keeping you active and clearing your mind, because if you're stuck at home just thinking about all the bad things that are happening, it could drive you crazy and put you in a depression mode, because I've been there before. I was in that mindset where I don't want to do anything. I just want to lay in bed, and that didn't work out for me. And so, guys, I beg you to keep going, right? By staying active. Get outside, go walk. We're not saying go hang out at the gym, because the gyms are closed, but go out there and get some exercise. And if you guys believe in that, hit the like button. Guys, thank you so much to all the wonderful people that are on. Maryland, Atlanta, Dubai. I love that. Ottawa, Canada. Brian. Guys, last week, I am sorry, I did not announce the winner of the contest, or the giveaway last week, and it was Brian Werner with I think it was the Comfort Suites or Comfort Inn. Guys, want to thank him for winning the $50 grand prize. This week I'm doing it again. If comment below, you're going to be eligible. The most person that's engaging is going to win a $50 gift card to Amazon. This is just courtesy of me, and I want to keep you guys going. I know there's a lot of people that $50 would mean a lot, right? So I love that we're keep going. And hey guys, comment, let us know so you can be entered in and be engaged, ask some questions, right? I love this. All right, so our first guest, and let me make sure I'm doing this right. Our first guest is gonna help you update and optimize your resume. And let's bring her on right now. She's Karis Khouri with Hospitality Mentorship, right? You're a coach.
Yeah, Hospitality Karis. Hi, thank you, Rupesh.
Hey, we've been connected for quite some time, and I'm like, Karis, we have to get you on. And this is like 6 months ago. I'm like, we have to get you on to get our resumes updated, because I kind of had a feeling, and I wrote some articles about like, hey, the economy's gonna slow down, and this is a perfect time for you to optimize your resume and get it fresh and clean. And I think just like our bio picture that we put on our social media, we have to change out every few months so you stay, active in some of those things. But it also has to do with your resume. Like, what are you doing right now, and is it refreshed? So let's talk about this. Like, how can people land their perfect dream job with a great optimized resume?
Yeah, so first of all, now is the perfect time to focus on what that next step in your career is going to be. If maybe you wanted to try a different department, now's the perfect time to get your resume looking great so you can apply for those positions once they do become open again. My very first tip before you even start revamping your resume is to think about the position that you're applying for, because your resume needs to align with the position that you're applying for. Resumes are not a one-size-fits-all. So you can't send one generic resume to all sorts of positions, because every position is so different and requires different requirements in that role.
All right, right. So what are a few things that we could do as far as, I don't have a resume, or my resume is 10 years old because I've been working at the same hotel for the longest time. And this also includes your LinkedIn profile, right? This is part of your resume. So whatever you do on your hard copy resume or digital resume, you're also going to kind of translate that to LinkedIn, because a lot of people go to LinkedIn as a reference, right? You might have said you worked at this hotel, you worked at the Four Seasons, wherever, and then all of a sudden on your LinkedIn is something totally different or outdated. And I definitely agree with that. So what can people include in their resume today?
Okay, so first, before you start revamping your resume, I want everyone to do what I like to call a resume brain dump. So you are thinking about all of your past positions and you're writing things down. You're dumping everything out, and think of it as if you are speaking to a friend or a family member. Don't think of it so formally, because I found that people are able to think of more accomplishments and their roles a little bit better when they're, talking to a friend or a family member. So brain dump out every one of your past positions and everything that you did in that past position. Then from there, you're going to pick your best accomplishments from those positions and rewrite the copy. So rewriting it into more of a formal resume type of verbiage and using keywords. Keywords is extremely important, guys. What
are some keywords?
So some keywords are created, implemented, managed, increased, improved. Those buzzwords are what the computer is scanning for when you send your resume online, which everything is digital now. So before anyone sees your resume, a computer is scanning it. So you want to make sure that the computer is getting those keywords and is like, okay, this person's the perfect candidate for this role.
Right. And I wrote down right now, comment when the last time you actually updated your resume. Some people are going to say, hey, 10 years ago, or people are saying, hey, here, everybody, people online are saying, hey, I just recently did it. So I love the brain dump. So do you do it on a piece of paper, or do you put it on like a drive so you can save it? What's kind of your technique?
Yeah, I have a Google Doc. So all of my resume revamp clients, I will customize a Google Doc for them, and I send them a link that has their brain dump, and they write everything down into this Google Doc, and then together we reform their accomplishments and we pick the best ones. So you can do it on a piece of paper, you can do it on a Google Doc, you can do it on a Word doc, whatever is easiest and best for you. But for me, I like to do it on a Google Doc because then I can go back to it later. And if I am applying for a different position than in the one that I'm in now, or different role, then, I at least can tweak some of those accomplishments to match and align with that new position that I'm applying to.
Right. All right. So you have your key topics, your experience. When you're talking about experience, does it, like, let's say I took a part-time job this week or this for the next couple months because I just need to make, ends meet.
Yeah.
Do I include that on my professional resume or on my hospitality resume, or do I leave that off just because it was kind of like a 3-month thing where I was just trying to stay focused?
That's a good question. So I think it's okay to leave it off, but maybe under your skills, you write some of the skills that you obtained from that new position or that part-time position that you had, or you can even list it in your profile or background. Which brings me to my next point. Objectives are outdated, y'all. No more objectives. It doesn't bring any value to you or the employer. My recommendation is to start using profiles and backgrounds. So where that section where you would have an objective, take that out and put a profile and about you. Let's showcase your personality. Tell us how long you've been in the industry. Tell us if you had a part-time job while you were on furlough. Give us a fun fact, just something to, humanize you and be able to connect with the recruiter or the hiring manager.
Right. And are cover letters still a thing?
I think it depends on what positions you apply for. In my opinion, I think that cover letters are a little bit redundant. Like, there's no need for a cover letter if you have a very captivating and strong resume.
Okay, good.
But
I'm writing these down. These are great.
Yeah, some positions do require a cover letter. So you should definitely have a cover letter in the back, saved somewhere for you to pull out in case you do need one. But I think a lot of companies are going away with cover letters because you can easily just copy and paste what's on the internet and put in a cover letter. Yeah,
absolutely. And should each cover letter, if you're doing one, be customized for that position that you're looking for? Because we get so many resumes that's just, it sounds generic, and it sounds like you were looking for a housekeeping position, but it also sounds like you want to be a general manager or another position in the hotel.
Yes, absolutely. Just like your resume should be customized, your cover letters need to be customized for every single position that you apply for. If you're applying for housekeeping, that cover letter is going to be so different than if you're applying for a sales position. So it does need to be customized for every position that you apply for. Okay, good. A lot of people are saying these are great tips. All right, what are some tips for someone who has a full corporate resume? What do they do when that happens and you're trying to convert over to let's say you work for yourself, you work for Marriott, right? Yes.
And so now you might want to go to a hotel and go work at a hotel specifically. How do you kind of transition that?
Sorry, I'm not understanding the question. So if you're going from a what?
If they're at a corporate, a Marriott corporate position, and now you want to work at a hotel, does that corporate experience still matter, or does it need to be I'm looking to be a director of sales or something like that? That's the question on there, I think.
I'm trying to figure out if I don't really understand exactly.
I don't understand either. All right, let's move on. All right, so what else can we do?
A message on LinkedIn, and I will respond to them directly.
All right, good. Oh, so Nicole says, what is the maximum number of pages for a resume? Do we include stuff from 1976?
I'm so glad someone asked this. 1 page, y'all. 1 page. I have seen resumes for 3 pages. A recruiter is trained to read resumes within 6 seconds. There's no way that a recruiter can read a 3-page document in 6 seconds. They're scanning for those keywords. They're looking for certain roles that you've had in the past. But if you have 3 pages, I promise you, they're not flipping over to those pages to see what you've written. They're also not reading every single one of your positions. They're not reading every single word on that paper. So 1 page, keep it to 1 page, keep it sweet, keep it short. I always say, use your last 3 roles,
last
positions. Yeah. For me, I've been in the industry for 12 years, so I've held multiple positions. I'm not going to list when I was a lifeguard. I'm not going to list when I was a front desk agent. Instead, in my profile or in my background is where I'm going to list that I've been in the industry for 12 years. Then they're like, oh, okay, just because she just has these 3 positions, she actually has more experience than this. And then conversation gets opened up and you can talk to them more about it.
Right. Now, we get a lot of resumes and it's 3 pages long,
Yeah.
and it shows that they worked at one hotel for like 3 months, another hotel for 3 months, another hotel for 6 months. Like they just keep jumping from job to job. Does
Yeah.
that hurt them as far as, getting a position? Because I don't know. Do you include everything, or do you include the ones that are like that you made the most impact on?
So definitely always include your current position. And then I would include, yes, the ones that you have maybe been in the longest, or the ones that have made the most impact on. I think nowadays though, it's okay to jump around because we're all learning what we want to do. We're all learning, different brands that we want to work for. And I think now it's a little bit more acceptable to jump around. So that would be my recommendation, is definitely keep your current position on, even if you've only been in it for a month or 2 months. And then, keep your strongest positions, your most impactful positions on your resume too.
Right. Now, if you got laid off or furloughed, do you say furloughed on your resume, or do you say you got laid off? And that, because when you put furlough, it looks like you're going to go back to that company. What do you do that in that case?
Yeah, that's a good question. I probably wouldn't put furlough. I would probably, if you've been laid off, I would end the position on when you were laid off. And then you can say in your notes on your application or whatnot that you have actually been furloughed and you're looking for a new opportunity or a new position. But I would end the date. I wouldn't put furloughed, and I wouldn't put let go or laid off.
Nice. All right, cool. Someone's saying, can you show a example of a awesome resume? You know what? We're gonna have a link at the end in our conversation where you can go and actually get some help from Karis. So good question, guys. Hang on a second. Let me. All right. So what else? What else can we do to land our dream job? And now I posted this a couple of days ago, and people are like, "Hey, I want to be the CEO of a company, or I want to be like this creative marketing person for a hotel company." There's a lot of opportunity, and guys, this is temporary. We got to keep this in our heads that this is temporary. So if you've lost your job, furloughed, or you've had to kind of lay off your team, this is temporary. I can almost promise you that, and you're going to get back to work. What else can we do to land that perfect dream job?
Yeah, so I know Peter's going to be talking about some things that you can be doing, but learning as much as you can, learning a new task while we're on furlough. So if you wanted to get into, HR, if you were at the front desk and you wanted to move to HR, maybe doing some side work for a company that's looking for, a remote worker, just something to give you more skills. So when you do apply for those positions, you have those hard skills and you know that you can be successful in that position.
Right. And I've seen a lot of resumes that come across my desk and they make up titles. Now, what do you do in that situation? And guys, let us know in the comments if you've seen a resume, or maybe you have a resume that says, I'm the creative breakfast person in the morning, or something like just that's not like standard in the hotel industry, right? Or any industry.
Yeah. I've seen that too. And I always say you need to be truthful, because the truth will eventually come out if you've made up this position and you actually, or if you list skills that you really don't have. Be truthful. And if you want to get to your next goal and you're not quite there yet, take those small steps to help you get there. So if you know you want to be a GM one day, okay, think about what steps do I need to take to be a GM, and then start at the very first step, and then, form your resume, align your resume around that one position, and then keep going on as your career progresses. But definitely don't make up roles, don't make up titles, don't falsify, your skills and what you can do. Just work hard.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it will definitely come back to you. It's happened to pretty much everybody that if you're in a management position, you read a resume, you're like, really, this doesn't even make sense, because I've kind of aligned it with other resumes that we receive through multiple channels. Because you could be on H Careers, you could be on Indeed, you could be on all these different channels to post your resume or update it. But guess what? If you lied on one, people cross-check, and people also look at social media when they're hiring people, right? They want to make sure they have the right person on board, especially right now, right? There are some opportunities out there. There are jobs open in the hospitality industry. It's just really slim, right? So, but an awesome resume that pops out. That's what I want to know. Like, how can my resume just pop out of everybody that just applied? Let's say 100 people applied for this one position, or 2,000. How can you pop your resume out online?
Okay, the biggest way is your layout. Okay, I was in at Rosen UCF, go Knights, 8 years ago. The layout, the resume layout that I learned 8 years ago is still the resume layout that's being used today. If you want to stand out. And in my resume transformation course, I have a few websites that actually help you to create a new layout, one that does stand out and, you know, showcases your personality. But imagine if a recruiter and hiring manager has, like you said, 20 resumes, 10 resumes all in front of them, and they all look the exact same. They're on white paper with black writing. And then there's one that looks a little bit different, has a little bit of color. That's going to be the one that stands out. I also say, don't be afraid of color. Definitely keep it professional, but subtle blues, subtle greens are absolutely okay to have in your resume. It doesn't need to be this formal document. Make it fun. Showcase your personality. You want to connect with one another. Everything's so digital now. We want to connect with one another in some sort of way. So really showcasing your personality in your resume is that first start. It's that first impression of yourself.
Right. Where should people post their resume? I know you can have a hard copy that's like a PDF. That way you can email it or attach it to something, or attach it to an email, or attach it to, or upload it to a certain website.
Right.
What are the top few websites, and I think we've already talked about them, that you can have your resume up there? And there's easy resume builders. I think we talked to, who did I talk to last week? Nicholas, I think it was Nicholas or somebody, and he said there's resume builders all over the place. So it's not like you're starting from scratch.
Right.
Where else can we go to apply and have a resume posted?
So definitely Indeed, Glassdoor, but I think the biggest, the best site to have your resume on is your LinkedIn. This is where a lot of people are getting jobs from. This is where a lot of jobs are being posted, where you can connect with someone. You can literally go on LinkedIn and type in someone's title, find them, reach out to them and say, hey, I just applied for this position. I would love the opportunity to interview.
Yeah, 100% LinkedIn. Like if you don't have an update, and we talked about this, guys. We did a live webinar last week, and I can share it with you. It's go to youtube.com/Rupesh Live, and we have a 30-minute conversation on how to optimize your LinkedIn profile that can get you views, because you're also being searched, and these are great opportunities. So I love that you can update your resume on social media as far as LinkedIn. Where else?
So
Indeed, Glassdoor, Career.
Yes, absolutely. And for anyone who is wanting to revamp their resume and maybe doesn't want to upload it to an actual builder to have them do it, if you reach out to me, I will help you revamp your resume. And that is also listed in my resume transformation course. But
put it up on right here.
Yes, perfect. There it is.
Yeah. So, all right. So what do? You help hotel professionals update their resume. What else do you do?
Yes. So Hospitality with Karis. I am a hospitality mentor. I help young hospitality professionals and hospitality students feel confident when they're taking that next step in their career. I help them with interview questions. I help them build their confidence with their LinkedIn, their resumes, figure out, what path they want to take. It's very confusing. There's so many different departments and paths that you can take in the hospitality industry. So I really help them focus and narrow down that one path to get them to that next goal. And then we move on from there. So I have a hospitality mentorship course that I'm going to be relaunching while we're all, have all this free time. Then I also have my resume revamps, where I help hospitality professionals revamp their resumes and land the position that they are wanting to apply for, their dream job.
All right. And you also work, your background, you're working at Marriott as a sales
Yes,
associate?
a senior sales manager for Marriott. So I've been with Marriott for 12 years. I started as a lifeguard and then fell in love with the culture and just everything about hospitality. So I stayed and I moved to different positions. I had a lot of experience at the front desk, in group housing, and sales now. So yes, I'm currently a senior sales manager for Marriott. And I absolutely love it. I love this industry. I love this community of people. It's been amazing to see all of us come together. Doesn't matter if we're Marriott, Hilton, Hyatt, like everyone. It's truly amazing.
Right. And so what is this link right here? If people click on this link
Yes.
or go to this link, what happens?
Yes. So this link is my resume transformation course. So when you go to this link, it's going to give you more tips and more detail into how to revamp and transform your resume. I have do's and don'ts. I have a specific keywords to put into your resume. And then there's also the very last page will tell you how you can work with me directly.
Awesome. Well, this has been helpful. I wrote down keywords. I wrote down a bunch of different things. So this is helpful. Guys, if you like this topic, and we can talk more, we can get in depth into this. We could probably spend an hour just talking about this.
Yes.
Karis, it was a pleasure having you on. And guys, reach out to Karis. She has an amazing Instagram page. Reach out to her Instagram page or here on LinkedIn and connect with her because, you know, she's active on social and she's here to help just like we all are. And Karis, it was a pleasure having you on.
Thank you so much, Rupesh.
Talk to you soon. Bye. All right. So Karis is definitely a person that you need to connect with here on LinkedIn. And then also, I think she has a few other channels that she's on, definitely Instagram. She has some awesome updates and topics and all these different things. So guys, reach out to her. All right. Up next, and listen, over, I think 3,000 or 4,000 people have signed up here. And let me bring on the next guest if she is ready. Are you ready? Make sure. Oh, actually, you know what? She's still on the phone. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch it over to Peter. Peter, can you unmute? There you go. All right. Hey, Peter, introduce yourselves. Tell us who you are and tell us how 58,000 people signed up within like a week or 10 days of this certification for hospitality management. When you told me the news on Sunday, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's craziness. Hey everyone, I'm Peter Ricci, and I put this just for Karis so you could see the beautiful FAU logo. Go Owls! I have to say Go Knights. Now I taught at UCF, so I love their program. So, hey everyone, I am Peter Ricci, and I run the hospitality and tourism program here at Florida Atlantic University. But my whole life has been in hospitality. I started when I was 14 as a dishwasher. And I didn't do my doctorate till I was past 40 and went into academia. So when this happened, the first thing I remembered were all the layoffs and just how you feel. And, you know, I went through 9/11, SARS, the Great Recession, you know, Persian Gulf War, you name it. So everybody, like you said, Rupesh, they feel downtrodden. They just want to stay in bed in the beginning. And I said, what can we do to do something? So we have a summer certificate in hospitality and tourism management that it's a little revenue, a little sales, finance, law, guest service, and there's a section on your skills and your competencies and soul searching to kind of find out who you want to be. So we took that and we shrunk it in half and we decided we would put it online and try to help a couple hundred people. And it's exploded. You know, we have, I want to say, almost 58,000 registered and almost 20,000 on the wait list.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're going to run another section of it as soon as we get through the craziness.
Right, and it looks like it's a 4-week course, or is it?
Yeah, it's 3 weeks. You can do it at your convenience. It's fully online. It's all video recorded. And you'll watch the videos on different sections, and then you will take a quiz and move to the next section. And, you know, to tie into what Karis was saying, I had so much fun because part of what I did was interview industry professionals right now this past week on what competencies and skills they think people should be focusing on. And the same theme came out, like Karis said, do some soul searching. Focus on your passion and where you want to be next, and then dive in and get some kind of lifelong education. You know, now's the time. Do a certificate, do some webinars, finish the degree you never started, because we're gonna bounce back. I mean, there's so much pent up demand. I'm so frustrated that I can't go out to eat. I eat out 6 days a week. I hate cooking. And I'm like, just get me out of the damn house, you know? So, Yeah, so that's kind of why we put it together. I had no idea it would explode like this. I mean, we have 146 countries and so many friends that from around the world that I haven't seen in years.
Yeah, definitely. All right, and so what's one of the topics that people are going to be able to take advantage of in this course, in the certification?
I think one of the best topics is we have a world-class lawyer. His name is Jeff Miller. If you research, he's rated all the time as the first or second top lawyer in tourism in the world. And he sold his practice a few years ago, and he teaches with us, and we've been friends for many, many years. He has a 3-hour session or 2-hour session on law about negligence, protection, your own consumer issues. What should you be doing right now with travel products you purchased? And it's for someone, who works in the industry as an associate or a supervisor or GM, but they're not an attorney. Like what you should do, best practices. I love that part. And then I have a guy, Arnold Bilgihan, who's an outstanding consumer behavior revenue guy. And so there's a session on revenue management, technology, consumer behavior, sales, all rolled into that. And then, my passion's completely guest service. So I have a fun guest service part, and I have an interview with a guy who just wrote a guest service book, and the hotel manager from the Breakers Palm Beach, and all different kinds of things. It's just a lot of fun. I did want to comment, like there's a theme across these 15 or 20 people that I interviewed, and it ties in right to what Karis was saying, that if you're furloughed, and even if you work for an organization that is going to hire you back, these organizations are a little scared that they're going to lose people anyway. Because during the pandemic, maybe you said, okay, enough with hospitality, or I've moved to Tennessee to be with my family during this time, or I can't get the kids right back to school. So even the agencies that are paying or doing their best to take care of their associates still are going to need people as soon as we bounce. And that's kind of interesting to me. And it came up many, many times from many different industry segments.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, your passion is guest service, and if people, those that are waiting, those 20,000 people that are waiting, or plus now, that are waiting to take the certification on, because I know you're going to do it in the next couple of weeks or a month. I've had a few messages come to my inbox on LinkedIn and say, hey, they're full and now they're on a wait list. How do I get it? Because people are at home. They have an appetite for this education. What can people do right now for those 20,000 people that are waiting to?
We'll get them in. It's just a matter of when. I'm learning as I go because I'm not a tech guy, so I have a whole group. It's taken a village to get this initiative off the ground, but we learned that we have to roll them in groups of 20,000. So one class will start Thursday, one class will start Friday, one class will start Saturday. And it's really kind of seamless once we get it up and going. And everybody, in the world has been super gracious because everybody's dealing with the tech issues. I mean, not only do we have the pandemic, the internet is getting hit with the slowest time in history because everybody's on it, like we're doing,
Yeah, so absolutely.
I have the link for you. Make sure anybody that wants to gets on the wait list, and we will accommodate them. Our president totally ran with my initiative. It just shows how nimble and great FAU is. I had an idea. They're like, wow, that's awesome. We're all about the community. Go with it. And I just never thought it would be like this. I thought, wow, get to 100, 200, I'll feel happy. It's just crazy.
Yeah, and I think people still want to be, they want to learn, especially hospitality people. They care and they want to continue improving their skills. Guys, comment below if you are ready to take on this course or take some learning, or have you been learning while you've been away or been slow? Like there's some huge opportunities online just to learn different skills, customer service, how to engage, how to talk to guests, which is huge, right? How to boost your confidence. There's a lot of different things, a lot of different topics. And I love that you guys are taking the initiative to inspire, our entire industry. And guess what? There's no age limit, right? And I've heard this in the past, like, once you finish school, that doesn't mean you stop learning. You keep on going. Like every single day, I'm learning a new technique, or I'm learning a new skill, or I'm learning something new that's helping me grow as a person. And there is no age limit, right? When you talk about learning.
No, it's got to be a lifelong thing. I mean, I have my doctorate, but I just finished the American Hotel Lodging online hospitality diploma last year, and
Awesome.
people are like, why are you taking all these courses, over time? I'm like, what do you mean? You have to stay current and relevant. I mean, from when I started in the business till now, I'm 54. It changes like lightning. So the past 10 years has been an incredible pace of change. The one positive that I see right now is that people have the time to do something right now. Instead of laying in bed, instead of watching the news constantly, take 2 hours a day and do something that's going to help you later. I'm so proud of some people I've seen, on social media. I just completed SurfSave. I finally enrolled in a finance class. I mean, the difference from when many of the people here went to school and now is that the industry is constantly moving toward financial metrics. And when we come out of this, it's going to be more metric driven even than we were last month. And so any type of business school model that has a little bit of finance, some marketing, some organizational behavior, some HR, combined with the hospitality classes is really what you should do while you have some time. And I hated numbers growing up. I mean, my bachelor's is in sociology, and I hated my accounting class. And then my first GM job, oh, here's your P&L statement. What? I mean,
right.
Why learn it on the fly when you have the chance to get some school now?
Yeah, and I love that you guys are doing it for free. Like, typically, how much does this course usually cost at your school?
Yeah, our certificate in the summer is $899, and it's basically that a little bit modified for free. And it just shows you, that we really care about the community, because we're just not worried about it. It's actually costing us probably $30,000-$40,000 to buy the space to execute it, and so what? I'm in hospitality. I vividly remember coming out of school during a recession and then immediately coming back for my master's so that when I could graduate, I'd have a great job. And when I graduated, it was Persian Gulf War. So it's like, okay, I came out undergrad, there's a recession. I come out now, Persian Gulf War. Do not worry. We bounce back. And every time we bounce back, it's stronger. It's just when you're in the thick of it, you get downtrodden and you get mopey, and you just got to snap out of it. I love your energy. It's infectious, because that's how I am. I'm just like, there's no time for BS. There's no time for whining. There's no time to be mopey. We're in hospitality. I love this business, and I won't ever do anything else.
That's awesome. Yeah. And, I feel like we all share the same mindset as far as we just want to learn every single day. Like, just learn something new every single day. I tell my kids when I drop them off at school, I say, hey, just learn one thing, right? You don't have to learn 100 things because you're not going to remember them all. Learn one thing that help you grow today. And so they've taken that advice, and it's great advice where you don't have to learn everything today. Learn one thing at a time.
Yeah, if I get 1 or 2 nuggets out of every lecture or thing I read, that's all I need. And it keeps expanding your mind into thinking different. I mean, we get in a rut in hospitality. Every day, check in, check out. Every day, cleaning rooms to standards. It's like sometimes you have to step back and say, what's somebody else doing? How can I look at this a little different? And, you come back so refreshed when you learn. At least I do. I just, I love learning. I just love it.
Now your entire university is online now, right? Everyone's gone home. The school year is not going to get completed on campus. And so how do you keep these students that registered like last September or August or even last summer? Like, how do you keep them going? Because they're like, well, you know what? I don't know if I really want to be in this industry because nothing's happening right now, right? How do you keep them resilient? How do you keep them going at your school?
Well, it's funny. My saying used to always be whenever we'd have a layoff or something. Oh my God, I should have been a pharmacist or an accountant. And then I thought about that for about a minute, And then I'm like, no, the heck with that. That's not me. So we haven't had students really come say, oh my God, I made a bad decision. They're just asking, what should I do now until things get better? So many of them are coming immediately back for their MBA in hospitality. Some are some have jobs. Actually, believe it or not, I had job posting this week from Norwegian Cruise Line that they were actually hiring this week for some sales consultants. So there are still jobs. And, you know, some of the restaurants have really pumped up their takeaway and been creative. There's a local restaurant here called Oceans 234 in Deerfield Beach, Florida. It's an amazing little restaurant. Their owner was so creative because she has a database of many of her guests, say 20,000, I'm guessing, complaining they couldn't get their products in Publix in the grocery store. So she started a grocery, and her distributor, Cheney Brothers, distributed right to her, and she actually had to have extra staff to accommodate it. So, you know, my students are not bailing. Listen, everybody on here, if hospitality is your innate passion, stay in it. Don't get frustrated because right now of what's going on and bail because, you know, guess what? You'll take that cubicle job and 6 months later, you're going to be coming to me say, hey, I want to enroll in your program. I can't stand it. I need it happens constantly. You try to morph into something that you're not. And you know if hospitality is for you or not. You know, I'm probably preaching to the choir with everybody you got on here. But
Yeah, absolutely. There's a bunch of great comments. Is this course available worldwide, globally, or is it just within the United States?
Yeah, all you need is a computer with internet or a tablet with internet. PC is probably, or laptop is probably a little stronger, but that's all you need. That and microphone. You don't really need a mic, just a camera and audio.
Awesome. Well, hey, this has been awesome. I can't wait to. I'm going to go through and sign up. I'm going to get on that wait list and just understand and learn what you guys are doing, because I think it's powerful when we can all share ideas and inspire people. Even if you just inspire one person, right, today, or if you inspire 100 people, it's fine. It doesn't have to be. Your social following doesn't matter, right? It's really what you're doing right now to inspire yourself and then everybody around you too. I love that part. So, Peter, it's been a pleasure. Where can people sign up right now for this course, or at least get on the wait list?
Yes, I'll say I've chatted with you the link. If you wouldn't mind sharing it, they can go right on the wait list. It takes you right to the page. You just enter your username and create a file, and we'll have you on the wait list. And the wait list probably will be accommodated within 7 to 10 days. So just stay on there. As soon as we have dates, we'll email you the start date, and then just go. And I'll close with the fact that the most inspiring thing for me has just been the past week of interviewing professionals. I mean, people have come out of the woodwork to let me interview them virtually, and I'm sure you'll take away good stuff just from listening to them. I mean, I made so many notes from Karis already, so there's like 15 of those brief interactions, and you'll have an arsenal of stuff to take away. So, you know, we welcome you. Come on and join my craziness.
Well, guys, I think the link is too long to put in this link here below or on the banner. But if you just type in, and this is what I did, is FAU and then hospitality certificate or certification, you'll definitely find that link, and it goes directly to where you can get on that standby list, right?
Yeah, or go ahead and provide my email. It's perfect. It's peter.ritchie@fau.edu. I've been doing 1,500 emails a day. So, yeah, put my email and I'll send them the link. That's fine.
Absolutely. Well, Peter, it was a pleasure having you on. Thank you so much for doing this for our industry. We all appreciate it. And especially the people on LinkedIn. I've seen so many likes and comments from just what you're offering here. So everybody appreciates it. Peter, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Rupesh, keep up your energy. You're awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys. All right, up next is a counterpart in the educational part, or the education side, and she is let me get it right. She's the president of the American Hotel Lodging Association Foundation. Her name is Rosanna Maietta. Did I get that right? Hold on, I think you're muted. Make sure. Hold on. Unmute yourself. There. Unmute yourself. Hold on. There you go.
Good morning.
We'll get it right. Hey, Rosanna, thank you so much. You know, I've been in touch with Chip Rogers since, I've met him. And so every couple of months, I'll keep in touch with him. He was on my show a couple of months ago. And I love what you guys are doing at American Hotel and Lodging Association. You guys are really inspiring and being the voice of the industry. And I love all the little things that you're doing. And it's not little things, it's actually big things that you're doing to impact the industry worldwide. It's not just to here in America, but you guys have helped pretty much the entire community as far as hospitality. So thank you so much for that. We have you on because you guys also offer an educational platform that you can sign up for right now. So please explain.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you for staying in touch with the hospitality community and sharing all this terrific information. Peter was fantastic. We work with FAU as well as part of the foundation and our academic scholarships. And so, I mean, you and I spoke about this earlier. The foundation's goal has really been, our whole mission is about training new employees into the hospitality industry. And so we have a whole series of programs that do that. And a lot of them are also about working with, opportunity youth, at-risk youth who aren't really sure where they fit in. And so we help train them and get them jobs in the hotel industry. And so when this pandemic hit, those programs all sort of virtually came to a halt because no one was hiring. And in fact, now we have this challenge of, well, how can we really think about assisting our own employees? Those already in the industry. And we do have some programs geared towards them, helping them get ahead, apprenticeship programs and whatnot. But when companies around the country are furloughing their staff, those programs are really attached to on-the-job training. And so that's not happening. And so we really had to think through how we could provide some kind of relief to people who now maybe were at home and were furloughed or looking for other resources. And so we came up with two different things that we're working on now. We're really trying to think about others, but the ones that I wanted to talk about today, where the first is, of course, we've been approached by the largest corporations in the country, whether it's Walmart or Amazon or some of our own partners, Quick and others, who have jobs right now and are trying to fill them. And so want to give our hospitality workers a home in the short term if they can and if they're willing. And so we're trying to make those connections with our employers, right? And the heads of HR around the country who are still working around the clock, right, to provide that support and be a link to furloughed employees. And so we're making those connections. But the second thing that we were able to do was really look at some of the top training programs and certification programs that are popular in the industry for employees. And so we were able to offer a suite of either training and education courses or the opportunity to continue your learning and do that for free in the month of April. And so we just announced this last week. It hasn't even been a full week. We've seen 4,000 people sign up already. And so we have 3 different tracks, right? The first track is hospitality management courses. Again, the 3 most popular. It's a supervisor skill builder, a hospitality management leadership program, and a certified hotel administrator review course. And so those all come with a certification. They're free for this month if you sign up now. The second tier is we have professional development scholarships, right? So you can apply for funds from the foundation. If you meet the criteria, we will hand over a grant to you and you can apply that to certifications. And then the third piece is that continuing ed, right? So many of our people in our industry, you don't need a degree to get a job or to advance, right? I mean, you have so many CEOs, whether it's Jeff Bellotti, CEO of Wyndham, or John Boards, or David Kong, CEO of Best Western, who started in line level positions and then made their way up. But for those who are in the industry and who had that path and now have an opportunity to either get a GED or English as a second language courses, or even their associate's degree, we're providing a path to do that. And we're seeing, by the thousands, people want to be productive in this time. I mean, I think you can only, binge watch Netflix for so long before you feel like you want to be engaged and active and productive.
Right, right. And you know, you guys offer multiple, like you said, multiple courses, but there's also paid courses that, you know, if somebody wants to continue their education or learn this one skill that maybe you're not offering as a free program, there you guys have tons of resources on the website.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, there is a gamut of certification programs out there now that are available. Some are, you know, prices range depending on the course, right? The ones that we're offering for free, you know, as I said, they're the most popular, but the costs there range from $100 to $700, right? So you're getting a value, and you'll
Right.
see that across the gamut. So if you've already taken these and you want to take some others, there's dozens to choose from. So this is really, I mean, as you were talking about with Peter, now is the time to make use of your time at home, and I think we're seeing that interest like we've never seen before.
Yeah, yeah. I think you get your home, get your if you have kids, get your children involved in this thing that we talk about hospitality every day at my house, right? We talk about something that has to do with hotels or hospitality and they look at other businesses now in a different way, in a different perspective. And I
Exactly.
love that we're inspiring the younger generation because guess what? We're not going to be in the industry forever, and we have to look to the younger generation to fall in love with it, right?
That's
So there's an
right.
opportunity too to, hey, you want to learn this one skill, even though it doesn't pertain to you in 8th grade or 9th grade. But guess what? This is a skill that you're going to learn for the rest of your life and that you're going to use till you die, right? Like empathy, guest service, like all these things that really matter in our industry, you could teach your kids. And so it's not just you sitting here alone by yourself learning one topic. Get your entire family on board because they're gonna appreciate that you taught them during this slow period of life instead of just watching TV. Do you guys agree? Hit the comments if you've actually helped your kids or your children stay inspired with these little topics. Like we talked about credit cards last week. We talked about
Yeah.
mortgages. We talked about insurance and how that works. And same thing with hospitality, like how you could become a general manager, or how do you kind of connect with guests at the front desk, or there's so many opportunities.
Right, right. And that I think that's exactly right. I mean, so much of what you learn in hospitality translates across so many other careers, right? I think that's why, you know, these companies like Walmart and Amazon were so quick to come to the hotel industry because we have the basis of the skills that you need
Mhm.
and can apply in any job, no matter where you are. Of course, we would hope that people stay in hospitality. I think that's part of why we're trying to offer these free trainings now, because we want people to have that connectivity so that not only do they have something to do now and they can be productive, but that when they do, you know, when we all go back to work, it will happen. They can get ahead. They'll be one step ahead of everyone because they've taken a free course or done something to advance their career during this time.
Yeah, and
It's easier than ever before, right? It's all online. So it really, and you can, and, you know, for the most part, you can take the courses throughout the day or to adjust to your schedule. So it really is so easy to do.
well, I appreciate this. I'm sure the entire industry appreciates you guys offering these free training courses, these certifications that you would normally have to pay for, and you guys are just stepping up and really helping the industry. And I love that. Guys, go to this link right here below and you'll be able to find all the resources. There's also resources for operations. I mean, what are the different departments? Like pretty much every department out there, right? The hotel.
Every department: engineering, guest service, back of the house, front of the house, management, supervisor, accounting, all sorts of paths. I mean, I think that's the other thing that's so unique to the hotel industry, right? Some people aren't really familiar with the fact that the hotel industry offers all of these pathways. There are more than 200 pathways in the hotel industry, right? If you think about it, so you can start at the front desk, but you can end up anywhere really, and you can move around. I think the facility and the flexibility that the industry offers is unlike other places. And I think from your own experience, being a general manager running a hotel, like you've had the opportunity to wear many hats, and I think that all contributes to you doing your job well. And so I think that's the real benefit to the industry.
Yeah, and this is a great time to move up. If you're a housekeeping supervisor or a housekeeper, guess what? There's so many opportunities for you to keep going, right? And this is the time.
Exactly.
This is the time to keep learning and continue your learning. So Rosanna, I really appreciate this. Guys, please go to the American Hotel Lodging Association's foundation. And there's also opportunities for all of us to kind of donate our time or some money. What else can people do as far as helping your association?
I think stay engaged with us. That's what we want. And share your stories. If you're taking a course and you're having a good experience or you're having a bad experience, we have platforms so you can tell us. We want to make this as easy as possible. So we want to hear from you. We also want to know from those people who can inspire others. I think so much about this time is really looking for those people who will share a positive experience. We all want to hear some good news these days. And so that can be really helpful and really powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, it was a pleasure having you on.
Thanks,
I hope to connect with you soon. Hope to meet you someday face to face at one of these conventions. And I think we'll put a name to the we'll just connect. How about that?
That'd be great. And thanks again for everything you're doing and for keeping the industry informed. We really appreciate it.
This is our time, right? This is our time to really excel.
Yep, exactly. Thanks so much. Take care.
Okay. All
right,
bye. All right, guys, what did you think about that? All right, I know in the comments I said I'm going to show you how to make money from home. And this is some of the topics, and I've had a bunch of people reach out to me. I have a few websites that I have an online business, right? I own hotels. I have other sources of income, and I continue growing myself, and I continue calling it the side hustle, right? Just like Karis has a side hustle of helping hoteliers optimize their resume. I believe that everybody should have a side hustle, something that they're passionate about, something that they could just keep other people going, right? It's not just about yourself, but it's about everybody else. And so, all right, here are the top 5 ways or 4 or 5 ways that you can make money online right now, or at least build something up, right? I wrote some of these down. All right, so the first one is clarity.fm. Create a profile there, and you'll be able to connect with a lot of different people. So once you create a profile, it's a website that if somebody wants to learn about a specific topic that you're an expert in, post that up and somebody will connect with you, and you go through a call and you get paid, right? So you can put up like you charge $25 an hour, or you charge $50 an hour, or $10 an hour. Go to clarity.fm. I've helped out a lot of people just talking and mentoring them, right? That's one thing. All right, so the second one is create a blog. Create a blog and write something that's valuable to the industry, something that you're passionate about. If you're a director of sales, guess what? You can start a blog that shows how hotels can help them increase their business for a specific topic, like weddings or group business or some kind of corporate business, or even how to get a baseball team to stay at your hotel, right? So if you can create a blog and then monetize off it by putting advertising, such as Google AdSense, right? That's one way of putting some ads that can get you some revenue. The third way of making money online right now is to coach people, right? You have a skill, you've learned, you've been in the industry, or you know these skills that other people don't. Coach them, right? You could charge a nominal fee, or you can start off by not charging anything, right? And then build your reputation up, like, oh, we need to go to this person because they know how to do a one-on-one coaching or mentoring program, right? And that's a great way. You can make a couple $100 just doing that a month, or some people charge $400 or $500 a month, right? There's an opportunity to coach and mentor people, even when things are good. Always have a side hustle, right? That's one. The next one is Fiverr. If you're great at graphics, if you're great at creating a video, if you're great at kind of looking over someone's social media profiles, or if you're great at writing, go to Fiverr, FIBERR.com, and post it what you do or what you can help somebody else out with, right? I actually paid quite a few people just on certain things, like some of those graphics that you see here on this website. I've paid people that are just like side hustle business people that want to just, help out by creating a graphic or creating some kind of worksheet or a checklist, right? There's a bunch of opportunities online right now that you can make money off of, right? There's affiliate marketing. Go to Google and type in affiliate marketing. I have a few affiliate pieces that I work with that I kind of make like $50, $60 a month just off these side little things, right? Every little bit counts right now. And I feel like even when times are good, and especially now, everyone should have this one side hustle that you're super passionate about. Like this one thing this actually turned into a business for me, right? This showing or explaining and bringing people on and hosting a show has turned into a business opportunity for me. So I love that you can still make money while times are tough, and you have to be really creative, right? You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to start a blog and hope that tomorrow I start making money. It takes time, right? And this is what you're doing as far as building your personal brand and building yourself as far as your career. I love that, guys. What do you think about these 5 things? And what do you think about these topics that we talked about today, right? They're super powerful when you can connect and learn, right? This is not time to just sit in bed and watch movies, but really this is a time for you to really take some opportunity. There's podcasts that you can listen to. There's YouTube channels that you can subscribe to for free, right? There's so many free opportunities out there that I feel like you can't be bored, right? Well, my kids are like, I'm bored. I'm like, no, you're not. You have work to do. Here's some things that you can do right now to keep yourself going, right? And that's what I do every single day. So in the mornings, I'm reading an article on certain industry websites. And hang on, I'm gonna actually pull this up this morning, and I want to share this with you because I think it's pretty important on learning some of these terms. And all right, so here it is. If you're new to the business, or if you want to just continue learning some of these acronyms, here is a page by Hotel News Now of terms to know in the hotel industry, and it just goes on for like days as far as like, what does AAA mean? What does ADR mean? What does what are all these different topics in our industry, like cash on cash return? And they did a great job of putting this list together as far as little industry insights and acronyms and like different ways that you can learn. So definitely go to this page. It is hotel. Let me type it into the comments, because I think this is pretty interesting, where you can just share this idea of learning, right? Here's a link to this page right here. And if you send me a direct message on LinkedIn here, I'll send you this direct link. There are so many different opportunities out there these days to keep learning. And that's what I'm continuing doing myself. And that's what I want you to do too, right? Let me see if I'm missing anything else. Guys, have you found this live to be helpful? If you have, hit the like button. I don't know what's going to happen next week as far as my show. I am definitely going to have a show at 9:30 every Wednesday. We're taking this day by day, just like we are with our lives. We're going to all get through this 100%, and we're all just going to help each other, right? That's what I've been talking about, supporting each other. If you're a general manager, support the team that you have. Send a message, see how they're doing, right? This is our time to step up and be a leader, and this is when we can really have people trust you, know you, and like you. And I don't like selling at all, so I'm here just to really inspire you guys and to keep us going all together. So guys, thank you so much for this opportunity. Hit the like button and comment, and definitely reach out to all of these people that were on the show today. And I'll talk to you next week. Bye.